welcome to Book Talk. Today we're discussing the second book in the Ruby Red trilogy, Sapphire Blue by KERSTIN GIER. Another fantastic cover. The photo on it is a little questionable. If you look at this one, we got a nice Victorian looking portrait up in there. This one we've got kind of it's too zoomed out. What you doing there? Still, you gotta admit, these are some good looking covers. I can't wait to get the emerald one and complete my beautiful collection of beautifulness. So, if you've yet to read the Ruby Red series by KERSTIN GIER, I'm gonna recommend not watching this because I don't want to spoil you. Because this is good stuff, man. If you want to know what Ruby Red's about, you can check out my Ruby Red book talk. I'll link it right here, okay? You got it? Click it up, hit it up. That's it for the non-spoilery section of Sapphire Blue. You should go read these books and then come back and join the discussion. Bye for now, non-spoileries. Bye, bye, bye. I really want to wear blue lipstick for this, but I don't have blue lipstick. So Sapphire Blue, let's get them on noties. I took some noties this time. We start off exactly where we ended. Well, we have a prologue that involves Paul and Lucy. We come back to the kissing in the confessional, and we've got the gargoyle, Exermius. I called him Exermius the whole time. It's spelled like Exermius. They're walking out of the confessional and Gwen is all in her head like, I don't know if he actually likes me, and what was that kiss, what was that about? And then Gideon turns around and kisses her again. See, I'm thinking, well, it's because Gideon can read minds, of course, obviously. Why hasn't this been brought up? In Ruby Red, there was so much setup that he can read minds. And I wasn't imagining it. He would pull lines right out of her brain, okay? If that's not touched upon in the Emerald book, Emerald City, Emerald, I'm gonna be a little mad because, I mean, it makes sense that he would have some ability to read minds, okay? And it's set up. So, why haven't we discussed it? It definitely drops off in this book. He doesn't seem like he can read her mind as much. There's that time in the dark when he makes her cry because he thought that she went forward in time and freaking knocked him over the head with a vase or something, and he couldn't read that out of her mind. I don't know what to think. Let's jump to the end of the book. So we're preparing for this soiree ball. Now the soiree ball situation was kind of confusing me. We have the soiree and then the next day we're going to the ball, right? But the ball ends up just being a meeting with the Count. When is the ball? The ball has to be what we saw in book 1, right? When she appeared behind the curtain and she saw herself making out with Gideon to distract him from her. I'm so confused. This meeting with the Count, he brings up this whole thing that he and Gideon agree that it's easiest to control a woman when she's fallen in love with you. So obviously this sets off all the alarms because Gideon has been bipolar the whole book. I want to understand you, Gideon, but you're making it difficult. I thought maybe there's a spell on him because the prophecy kind of sounds like there's a spell on him during the day and he can see clear again at night. I don't know if that's what's happening. It feels like he's trying to not show his relationship in front of people because their families don't really go together well.
Blah blah blah, Romeo and Juliet.
But I don't know. I'm getting worn down, Gideon. I don't know what to think of you anymore. At the end, he's trying to explain to Ruby, Gwen, that, you know, it's not like that, blah, blah, blah. My guess is that he's gonna say something like, at first I was just charming you so I could control you, but now I actually love you. Why the F is Gideon running off with that green dress widow all the time? I mean twice, but still. He talked to her like the whole time at that party, and then we go to the meeting, and he goes off to talk to her forever. I mean, is this a strategic move? Is there something we need from her? Or is he just being a weird bipolar asshole? I don't get it. He better sit down and explain everything to me. In the book 1 flash that we get to what I'm assuming is the ball, and they run upstairs and Gwen is kind of crying. Do you think she's crying because the freaking green dress widow did something with Gideon? I'm having a hard time imagining this story closing up in one last book. I feel like that book better be huge or we're not gonna get answers to everything. I don't know. I'm not sure. So back to this prophecy. Gideon is the lion. And we see the lion come over to the ruby and then push it off the cliff and it shatters into a million pieces. I don't know if that represents Ruby's heart or if the lion himself will kill Ruby, because that's kind of what it sounded like when I read the prophecy. And maybe that is why he is hesitant to love her, because the prophecy says something about him killing her. That's why he didn't continue the prophecy when she was like, what does it say about you? And he's like, lion Gideon, blah, 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 blah. Okay, jumping back to the epilogue at the end, I don't understand why Paul is so stupid. I don't understand why he would give the Florence Alliance Alistar dude a list of all the names of the time travelers. It baffles me. I know he might have made some sort of deal to kill the Count, and it's more important to kill the Count, blah, 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 but like, is it more important to kill the Count than protect the safety of your own daughter? I love this Leslie-Raphael relationship that's rocking right now. That seems really fun. I wish we actually got to see more of that. They're working on this Green Rider sitch. What do you think this treasure is that Grandpa supposedly has hidden in their own house somewhere with those coordinates? All I can think of is maybe Lucy and Paul's blood to close the chronograph. Or, I mean, like, maybe all the blood to close the chronograph. Or the Philosopher's Stone. I don't know, what else is that important that you'd go through so much trouble to code and hide? So we had the soiree at Lady Brompton's. That was a lot of fun. I mean, it wasn't fun how Gideon just ditched her within the first 5 seconds to talk to Green Dress Widow Lady with good voice. Do you think he's staying away from her on purpose because he thinks he's bad for Gwyneth? Because he thinks he's gonna kill Gwyneth by accident or something? We knew Ruby was gonna have to perform all, and it sounds like she did a great job. I don't know, it's because she was drunk and everyone else was drunk. You know, Gideon looked impressed. Maybe that's where he fell in love with her. The music just moved him. Remember that scene when they get back and Gideon's like, what are you doing tonight? And Ruby's all, oh, going home, falling asleep. Gideon's like, I'm going out for a spaghetti party with Raphael and Charlotte. You know, it's Saturday night. Ruby's like, oh, I'm doing nothing. And he doesn't invite her to come. What was that? How rude! It's not even like he's going out with his friends. He's going out with her cousin and his brother. Even if Ruby is tired and needs to sleep, Gwen is tired and needs to sleep, you still invite her. That's rude! Manners, excuse me, Gideon. I'm trying here to excuse you on all accounts, but it's hard because you're making so many weird moves. This time travel inception that's going on with Lucy and Paul and Grandpa Lucas. Is that gonna play in? Do you think that's gonna play another role? I don't know. It seems dangerous. Like, what if you time traveled the second time, you said it too long? I mean, I don't know what would happen. These scenes with Gwen and her grandpa, though, were so sweet. Do you think that key that Gwen stole in book 1, is that gonna come back and bite her in the ass? Because that's a broken rule. I feel like these little things have to come back to haunt us or come back into play because it's time travel and butterfly effect. I also love this character of Cynthia from school. It's just like a ridiculous over-the-top satire of a teenager. I love the scenes we got where Gwen was hanging out with her family and they were all staying up late at night because they never get to see Gwen anymore and her siblings got to stay up and they were making fun of Charlotte and Puffy Lips and they're like, you can't show your teeth. Also, I love Exermius. Also baffles me, why does Mr. George not remember Violet Purplebaum? I mean, that's a weird name. It's like his first day of work. He had a conversation with her. I feel like something's awry. In general, I can't believe it's only been a week. Only a week has passed between these two books. It's been a week. And Gideon and Ruby are in love. I mean, I could see how they could really care about each other because they spend so much time together in that week, and also they've been in a lot of life-threatening situations, so that really creates this bond. I don't know about love, hardcore feels, maybe. All these little things that are going on that have been set up by future Gwen. What is future Gwen up to in the future with giving the note to the grandpa to meet her for the first time in the cellar? There's so many questions. Will Gwen ever use her Japanese table knife and or roll of tape? I'm still sticking to Gideon can read minds. He has some ability. I don't know if it's like Poe from Graceling, I don't know, but he can sense thoughts. I'm really concerned about the ability to answer all my questions in one this-sized book. I'm looking forward to Emerald Green. Oh, it must be called Emerald Green. Emerald Green. I'm a little nervous about it though. We'll see. We'll see. Share your thoughts. Please don't leave any spoilers about Emerald Green because I know a lot of you have already read the entire series. Thanks for watching. I'm Christine. I'll talk to you next time. Bye!